Hey guys, right, so what is the best way to measure your success when you're trying to lose weight? Now, what I tell my clients is I have 4 methods, right? And each one has its own way of testing where the success is coming from, and each one can complement each other. So, the first one, which is the obvious one that everyone jumps to and everyone does, is the scale. Jump on the scale, excuse me, jump on the scale, see what it's saying. Now, sometimes you could be losing body fat whilst, gaining the muscle, which means that on the scale, you're not really going to be weighing anything less, okay? Now, that could be called, that would be called body recomposition. So it's not necessary that your weight on the scale will always change, right? And always go in the direction that you expect. You could indeed gain weight, okay, but be losing body fat, which is what we want. We don't give a shit about weight. We don't care about losing weight. We care about losing body fat, okay? So, scale. Scale doesn't tell us what muscle is. Scale doesn't tell us what organs are. Scale doesn't tell us what water is. So, for example, if you've been dehydrated for a while, right? And I'm talking about this could literally be over a day or even 2. Let's take a day. So, for example, a day it's become really hot and you haven't had enough time, or you weren't in the position of drinking as much water as you should. You would become a little bit dehydrated, where your body would secrete all the water, not all the water, but a lot of water. And obviously you're not replenishing it, right? So now the next day you're like, shit, I didn't do well with the water, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get my water in. You do that, all of a sudden your body's going to hold on to that. Your body's going to hold on to that. You jump on the scale, you're going to be heavier. Does that mean that you've now gained like 3 pounds of body fat? No, it just means that your body is held on to water and you're now heavier on the scale, but that weight is water weight, okay? The same as, if you don't drink a lot of water, same scenario, and you were to jump on a scale, your weight would have dipped a bit, but that isn't any kind of body fat that you've lost, that's loss of water. So the scale would be okay, to kind of see what's happening. But don't put too much faith in it, okay? So that's one way of measuring. Second way, taking pictures. I advise taking pictures once a month. If you really want to, if you really want to, you can take pictures every week, but you probably won't see that much results week by week by week. Month, you should be able to see something that's happening. Make sure that when you're taking the pictures that it is a front and then a side, and that they're taken in the same room with the same lighting and you're wearing the same clothes, okay? So you have your scale, you have your pictures. Then you have how your clothes fit. Now this is quite personal. You, the client, or you, the people, would have to know how this is, how it fits you. I can't tell you this. You have to know. Is the clothes fitting you a bit tighter on the shoulders and a bit loose on the stomach? That's what you want. Is it fitting kind of loose on the chest, but, tight around the waist area? We're like, oh, no, that's not what we want. So, scale, pictures, clothes. And a very last method would be measurements. Taking a tape measure and just measuring certain body parts and comparing them month by month. Again, be aware that you can be losing body fat and gaining muscle, right? We can be in this body recomposition phase, okay? So all of those can complement each other, or you can use them individually to get different kinds of ways of progress. So there we go, guys. Those are the ways that I advise my clients to measure their success, and I think that those are pretty reasonable ways to measure your success. Implement all of them. I wouldn't suggest using one and not the other, especially the scale. A lot of people get fixated on the number on the scale, and the number on the scale really isn't that important, okay? So there we go, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Train hard, keep it live, and get that dirty pump.